Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Now before we get into today's deck, I just want to say something real quick. We had mentioned in the very first video that the decks coming out were going to be both original or just spin-offs of ones that were already out there that looked really fun and make it our own. So sometimes they're going to be straight from the Brewing with Magic cauldron, and sometimes they're just going to be a little twist on something you might have seen. This deck is the latter of the two, and I only mention that because if you are one of the people I know or don't know who are afraid to build decks, or you're just like, I don't know how to do it, I'm no good, start by grabbing a deck that you see that you like and change it to your style a little bit. Maybe just 2 or 3 cards here, maybe just the land base. Get used to playing with the deck, trying it out, and get more comfortable with playing with the cards. So it's fun. Anyways, let's get into the deck and then have some fun in gameplay. So this is a Gruul deck. It does have 2 adventure cards plus the Edgewall Innkeeper, but it's more of a rush deck. It looks super fun. When I saw this as a best of 3 deck, I thought, wow, that looks really neat, but it definitely needs a few tweaks for the best of 1 ladder. Let's go over exactly what I have done with the package. So we have 4 of our favorite Edgewall Innkeepers. We have 4 Robber of the Riches. We have 4 Brushfire Elementals, 4 Shatterskull Smashings, 3 Bone Crushers, 3 Phoenix of Ash, 3 Lovestruck Beasts, 3 Mammoths, 3 Questing Beasts. We have 2 of the brand new Goldspan Dragon that puts in work every time it hits the board. 2 red, 3 colors for a 4/4 Flying Haste Dragon. Said it before, I'll say it again, craft it. You're going to want it. It's amazing. Not only does it have Flying and Haste, but whenever it attacks or becomes a target of a spell, you create a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure token with this in play, it's going to be 2 of 1 mana instead of just the single. It's just super great. Next, we have 2 Embercleaves, and then we have 2 of the brand new Vorinclex Monstrous Raiders. 2 green, 4 colorless for a 6/6 Trample Haste. That is just a beast. Now, it does have a lot of really interesting fun text. If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. If an opponent would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put half that many of each of those counters on that permanent on a player instead, rounded down. Now, this card shuts down your opponent's sagas. It shuts down your opponent's planeswalkers. It pretty much shuts down anything that's playing with tokens. And meanwhile, you don't have a saga in this deck, but if you were playing it in one with, you would go to the second part and it would trigger both immediately. Your planeswalkers would come out with double tokens. Not important for this deck. With this deck, you're mainly going to be getting the Great Henge token. So instead of it coming out with 1, you'll get 2. But it's an amazing card for a lot of other reasons in other decks. I just want you to know that when you try to brew some decks of your own, like I was just mentioning. Then we have 2 copies of Turntimber Symbiosis, 3 copies of the Great Henge. Well, we know what that does. Then we have 4 Fabled Passages. Those are so we can crack them open on the Mammoths or the Brushfire Elementals, make them really big. It also helps us find the land we need at the moment. We have 4 of the green-red pathway, and then I have 6 snow-covered forests and 4 snow-covered mountains in the deck. That is in there only to mess with my opponent. I don't need snow at all. The only downside is 1 card in the entire format where my snowlands will come into play tapped. Haven't seen it running around, and so it's in there so that they think that I'm going to do something snowy. It's the only reason it's in there. So that's the deck. It runs really good, and I think that you will have a blast playing it. Hope you also have a blast watching me play it. If you don't mind, really fast, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and let's get into playing some games. Okay, we have 1. We have the 1. Let's see. So opening hand, 2 Mountains, a Fabled, a Bone Crusher, a Phoenix, and 2 Edgewaters. Opponent goes first. Interesting. So we're a little bit slow as far as getting our green, but I'm going to keep it. Interesting. We'll keep this. See if we can't get a lucky top decker green source right out the gate. Arc Fiend Vessel. So a little awkward with having to drop the Fabled first, considering we drew a Brushfire Elemental. But that's okay. Whisker problems again. Always with the whiskers. Okay, definitely taking 1. Boom. be discarding something. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be one of the Edgewater Innkeepers. Elderfang Discipline comes in. We must discard one of our Edgewaters. Sad. You've got all kinds of little stuff. So we need a green snow covered with the Fabled. And then we'll throw... Okay, so now we'll take the Robber of the Rich we just drew and swing with that instead of Edgewater. Then next turn we could throw a Brushfire. Snow covered. Attack again. We'll see. Our plans only work if there's a doom. Okay, so they're gonna if they take the double block, that's cool. Even though they will have the Arc Fiend able to come out. But I think that the spell that they're gonna run that does that costs 3, and they did miss their land drop. Oh, there's a Fabled Passage for a whole bunch of damage. But maybe if they're already representing they need to take the trade here, maybe that's better for next turn. So I'm going to play this a whole differently. Let's throw that, and let's throw this in the air. Throw this next turn, since it's hasty also. And I feel like they really need that trade, and then if they can bring this back, they have a 5/5 blocker that messes with us. So, very awkward play, but I'm going to leave the Robber of the Rich behind. They pass instantly, so we'll throw the first Brushfire Elemental. Boom. Maybe you should have saved the Fabled Passage for next turn. Very possible that was a better play. They might have a removal as well, so that's also something that could be happening. And then, once again, I don't think this deck is going to be running a board wipe against us. But just in case, what do we have? Even, odd, and even. So we need one more odd. So I'm going to hold back. I'm going to hold back from throwing anything at the moment. We'll just attack with these two for 7. The Brushfire for 5. The Phoenix for 2. Boom, boom. And we'll pass turn if we need to. At the end of their turn, we'll kill something with the Bone Crusher Giant. Or just shoot it at their face. Acquisitions Expert. Okay. We'll resolve that. Oof, what to get rid of? What to get rid of? I think we already have one Brushfire. If we don't draw another land, I think that I get more value out of the Innkeeper Bone Crusher combo, and we can cast both. Oh, we have to submit 2. Well, let's see. This is guaranteed damage. They get to choose between a Haster or a Jar. That's what it is. That's what it is. They'll probably get rid of the Brushfire, but I could be wrong. They don't know if I have a adventure card to even make the Edgewater worth it, so I've given them a pretty good choice here. Yeah. Oh, they took the Edgewater. Okay, so they took the Edgewall Innkeeper, so now I can Bone Crusher at the end of turn at their face and swing in with the other Brushfire. If I top deck a land, I think we just win. Oh, not a land. It is a Goldspan Dragon, so we're very close to being able to kill them. Once again, attack with everything except the Robber of the Rich. That poor Robber hasn't done anything this game, but they really want that 5/5 flyer from that Arc Fiend Vessel, in my opinion. And we can't have that. We cannot have that. And there we go. Got there. Good game. Okay, who do we got? Lark Owen. Hey, we have a Fabled, which is definitely odd again. A Craghorn Pathway, Robber, Embercleave, Lovestruck, and a Great Henge. So we can get the Robber of the Rich out on turn 2. Turn 3, we're not going to be throwing a Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, this is just an awkward hand. Not that these aren't good, but it's very awkward. I'm going to take the mulligan. Little better. We'll keep this 6. So, what do I got? 2 Fableds, a Pathway, a Mammoth, an Edgewall, Brushfire Elemental, and a Lovestruck Beast. I don't like it, but I think I get rid of one of the Fabled Passages. because then I have 1, 2, and 3 lands still. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to go like this. And we'll start off with the Mammoth as a land. That way, next turn we can launch the Brushfire, or maybe even better, go Edgewall, Innkeeper, and then we'll do the Brushfire into the Fabled. Ooh, okay. So they're going to be milling stuff. Maybe Egon in their deck. Let's see. So, if I throw the Fabled Passage this turn, we don't get anything from that. Let's get the Lovestruck coin. Okay, let's do the Lovestruck token. Let's throw this out on red, and then pass the turn back. That way we can Brushfire Elemental into the Fabled Passage. It's not my favorite, but it's not the worst. Bloodchief Thirst, the 1/1. Bye-bye. Okay, next turn. So we have to go get red, because we have double red here and here. There's that. Pop that. Go ahead and crack it. Get our second red source. And swing in for 5. We top deck a land, especially, I don't think it matters what color it is. Yeah, if we top deck a land, we can get, next turn we can go Edgewater into Phoenix. That's great. There's a second swamp and one. Oh, okay. Elspeth's Nightmare takes out the Brushfire Elemental. There's the land source we needed. So we'll drop the Edgewater Innkeeper, slam down the Phoenix of Ash, another land draw, and we're into our Goldspan Dragon the turn after that. Hit them for 2. They're down to 13. They mill a card with their Throne of Death. Elspeth's Nightmare gets to take nothing from my hand, but they do know I have that dragon. And there's the Fabled. Instant crack. What is my opponent doing to me for 4? What do we got? What do we got? Fire Triton. Okay. Can we get a land? Can we get another Throne of Death? It's a legendary art. Ooh, we got the land. We got the land. Slam the Goldspan Dragon. Swing with the Phoenix and the Goldspan. Give us a token if you wouldn't mind. Bringing our opponent down to 9. Ooh, there's a Croxa for them, and they can instantly bring the Crocs out. I don't think that hurts us too much, even though they will have a 6/6 body. We will take 3 damage because we have nothing to discard. But we're swinging in the air. Pretty good. If I top deck a land, what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, if we top deck a land, we can double pump the Phoenix, and that is game. Oh, there it is. So let's put the Shadow Skull Smashing out and pay 3 life. We had it anyways with this. What am I thinking? We will attack. We'll activate this ability once. We'll activate this ability twice. Hey, I didn't get to... Come on, I had one more. Good game. Good game. Poyulu. 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 Okay, so we have... We kind of have a turn 1 play, but we're probably going to end up making it a turn 2 play because we need red for the robber, so we'll keep this. We'll start out with the Fabled. Would have been an amazing card for the Mammoth, but... What are you going to do? Pass. So we will crack this. And grab our red. Cool. Now I wish I had another red, but hey, it's not like we would have had it either way. So we'll throw the 2/2. Swing in. We get a land, so no bueno. See, next turn, I think it's the Mammoth. But it could be a Lovestruck, even though I won't get the 1/1 token. I have 2 in my hand, so I'll get the other one. If we draw a red source, probably going with the Phoenix. So they have an Evolving Winds. They crack it immediately. That's not going to help them too much as far as land on this turn. And so they're Gruul. Oh, hey, there's the other red source. So the Phoenix can come out fast anytime, and we have an opportunity. So this turn, we can throw another green source, and we can bring out the Mammoth. And then, well, the 5/5 is guaranteed big. We can bring out this, and then next turn we can both Phoenix of Ash and throw the token from this Lovestruck, swing with this Lovestruck. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Slightly awkward. Slightly out. Ooh, what do we get from them? From the robber. We had a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. So maybe they are a ramp deck or some kind of a combo deck. Oh, there. Hey, I've seen that card. Okay, so now we throw the red source that I was talking about. So now we can throw the token from the Lovestruck. We can throw the Phoenix of Ash. I'm swinging with everything. If they want to block the robber and take out the robber and take 5, then that's fine. I'm not going to sit back with the robber at the moment. Ooh, what do we got here? Ashea, Soul of the Wild. So if they block the robber, we hit them for a whole bunch of damage. If they don't, next turn, we'll cast that. Okay, so leaves us a 5/5 and 2/2 Phoenix of Ash and a 1/1. They're down to 9. It's looking good. I don't know what they have, so they could stabilize like that. It's the fun thing about a new meta and new decks and new cards. Don't hurt my 1/1. Then my Lovestruck's just a beast that blocks. It gets sad. Storms. Wrath. Nice. I have a big old blocker and almost... Okay, so we'll save. Man, I could do bolt. Okay. I wanted to put this in a play, but now we have a 1/1, so this is attacking. So we'll throw our land. We'll throw the 1/1. Now this can fire up an attack, which is great. If they board wipe again, we have the Ash. We'll throw the other Lovestruck Beast. Oh, we get to draw a card. Oh, there we go. So that pretty much seals the game up, in my opinion. Once again, cross your fingers. I could be wrong. But we can either launch this next turn, or if they wipe the board, then we'll go ahead and launch the one that's going to have more tokens on it. Or more. It'll be a bigger Phoenix. Oh, there is another Dryad. They're cycling the migration path. That is good for us. So that's just game over. They're at 4. As I say, good game. Good game. Okay. Carillion. Welcome to the arena. Okay, what do we got here? We have snow-covered, fabled, robber, edgewater, a mammoth, a questing beast, and a great henge. Great henge is dead for a while. We have a turn 1. If we draw a red source, we have a turn 2. Let's see what we can do. I think the play is actually turn 1 fabled, but let's see if we get a nice land draw. Ooh, that was not it. So we're going to start with the fabled, get red on deck. Okay, they play an Usher of the Fallen. And let's crack this for red. Like we discussed. Grab it. Hey, there's the other red. So we can throw this on. Do we need... Yeah, we'll just throw this on green. And we'll accept this trade. Nope. Okay, so we hit him for 2. Okay, Skyclave takes care of the robber. Swing for 2, even the score. Another one of those. Okay, so we're going to throw out... We don't want to throw the Fabled again. We need something out there. So we're going to turn this Symbiosis into some land. We'll pay 3, and we'll get this Mammoth out there. Especially with that great... with that Fabled Passage. Next turn, we get a Great Henge for... like, what? Free? Selfless Savior coming in. Ooh, +2/+2. Is that forever? Okay, we're going to take that hit this turn. And we will take a block. We'll block because we want this Great Henge. Okay. So, we have the Mammoth. We throw the Great Henge. Or we throw the Fabled Passage. Got that on the mind, don't I? Throw that there, Fabled Passage. Crack that. We're going to get a second red, so we have plenty of green. Plus, we're going to get more green from the Henge. So, we'll take another red. Oh, big Mammoth. We'll henge. I like it. Boom. Henge comes out. The henge into a questing beast. That gets a little token on it. Oh. Swinging with the crew. He'll probably block with Skyclave Apparition, sacking the Selfless Savior. That's fine. Yeah, okay, he does that. Okay, he did that interestingly. Not a bad play. Not a bad play. They block the Mammoth, sack it to give the Usher the Fallen protection for no reason. If they, let's see, oh, okay, we have Herald, God. Creatures you control, enchanted or equipment have double strike. At the beginning of your combat, you may attach an aura to a different thingy, majigger. So, they switch over their weapon over to the Skyclave Apparition. So they're going to hit me for double strike here, which would be what, 4, 8. I'm just trying to see if I can not block and live next turn, or if I should block. It will kill the Skyclave Apparition, but we'll get the token back. I think I take the block. That's fine. It'll kill it. We'll get the 2/2 token back. We have a Vorinclex about to come out. I think maybe the dragon's better, because then I can also Edgewater. We'll just have much, now that I see this, let's throw the dragon. Let's throw the land. And it can come into play tapped. Hold on. View battlefield. So right now we're going to swing with this at the end of turn, and we'll get a token. The token plus that 3, and then this gives me the, okay, yeah, view browser. Let's pay the 3 life. I think that was the right move. Boom. Swinging with everything. Whoosh. Okay. Next. Let's see what they do. Swinging with the Mammoth, the Goldspan, and the token. They're blocking the token with the Usher. Boom, boom, boom. Takes them down to 3. Okay, so now we'll throw the Edgewater Innkeeper out. You get to draw a card. It gets a 2/2. And then also we will throw the... I want to throw out the Bone Crusher, because if they target it, they take damage. Plus, we get to draw a card from the Edgewall Innkeeper and the Great Henge autoplay. God, this Goldspan Dragon just puts in work. There we go. A Questing Beast on top of it. So we're at 12 life. They're at 3. We've swung the tides pretty heavily. They fought very well. And there's the game. Booyah. Rin. Let's fight. Opponent goes first. 2 snow-covered forests, Fabled Passage, Robber, Bone Crusher, Timber, Turn Timber, Symbiosis, and a Great Henge. So they go first. And the Henge is kind of dead for till turn 5 with our current hand, and we only have a turn 2. We do have a Bone Crusher. Let's keep it. Keep it. Okay. Hey, look at that. We drew into our 1-drop. So we will just throw the Forest and slam down the Edgewall Innkeeper, letting us fire up the Robber the Rich next turn. Oh, they do nothing. That is good for us. I mean, they have 2 black now, so something tells me there's going to be a removal spell. But that's fine. There's the Intimidate, or Eliminate. So we'll just attack with the Edgewater. So we'll just attack with the Edgewall Innkeeper. I should be a speaker. They look at our hand. They get to choose a card of 3 or greater value. Take it away from us with the Pellic of Perdition. Oh, they took our birdie. That was my birdie. So, not a bad plan. Not a bad plan. So, we don't need to hit them for 2 at the moment. I don't know how many creatures they're running. I want to draw a card from the Edgewater Innkeeper. We will throw the Pathway out on... we have double green in our hand, but we can grab anything anyways. It doesn't matter this turn. We'll throw it on red. Throw out the Bone Crusher Giant. Draw our card. Another Fabled Passage. Okay. Attack for 1. 2 turns away from that Great Henge the way things are looking. Bone Crusher will probably not last long. I have a feeling there are a bunch of discard and removal. Blood Chief Thirst. They got thirsty. So they don't mind the Bone Crusher, so they probably can handle that too. Okay. Choices for them. If I do this next turn, it's a guaranteed Great Henge, but I don't care. I don't care. We're going for it. It's a Great Henge next turn either way between these two. So they're probably going to kill this. Target opponent sacrifices it. Why? Interesting. Okay. I mean, they know I have this. Let's do that. Let's fire up this. And we could do it again next turn and throw the Henge. I mean, once again, their plans have to let me do that. They might be running out of removal. Big money. Maybe they'll... Ooh, Tegrate. Okay, 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 okay. So let's throw that. Let's crack it. Let's get bigger than their tech. We're going to have plenty of green from that. Yeah, you do get that. Not a problem. It's happening either way. You can have more land. This is happening. So let's see. I don't think we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get more green from the Great Henge, so we might as well just rock some red, throw the Great Henge, and attack. Let's grab some life with the Henge and the turn. And next turn we can Shadow Skull smashing that if we want to. They might do some shenanigans, right? Let's see. Okay, there's the Love Struck Beast. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can Shatter Skull smashing that. And then they can fire this up only once, right? 4. Yeah, they can only fire that up once. And then next turn I could start to draw a card. So I want to get rid of that while they don't have a lot of cards as it is. I don't think I need that, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't even need the Timber out yet. So let's just fire this up. 5, pay 5 right here. Submit 1, submit, auto pay. Let's eliminate that. Heartless Act, okay. Now that they've used their last card, we will hold on to this. Because next turn we could throw the Love Struck Beast. Or, you know what? I take that back. I take that back. We're going to pay the 3 life. And we're just going to throw this now. There we go. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. If they attack us with the Crawling Barrens, that's fine. Because we're gaining life every turn. They need to defend. They can't really attack with that. Yeah, okay. Are they going to attack? Well, no blocks. I mean, even they can kill this. That's fine. I would have preferred a lot of other cards, but this will let us draw. Oh, there we go. Let's throw this. Let's throw the Phoenix out. That could be the clincher, because that just keeps coming back. There we go. There we go. I say that little Phoenix, man. What an addition to the deck. Glad I put that in there. Well, holy to the guacamole, was that fun. I love Gold Span Dragon. It's just such a fun card to play with. There are turns where you're going to win off the top end with the Gold Span or the Vorinclex. There are times where you're going to win real quick with the Robber or Brushfire or Phoenix of Ash. It's a really fun deck. There's not a whole lot to change in it. Right out of the gate, the one change I would make real fast is I would add one more snow-covered mountain, one less snow-covered forest. When I originally added in the Phoenixes, I thought, okay, the red is plenty, but there was a lot of times where I wish I would have had a little bit more red mana than green, and that just kind of evens things out. The deck is nice and split as far as the land counts go. The only other thing that I would change and experiment with, I don't know if it's the right choice at all, is there are times where the Edgewall Innkeeper is good because it fires up the Love Struck Beast, so there is that. But so is the card I'm suggesting. So maybe, just maybe, you try out, instead of the Edgewall Innkeeper, 4 Fervent Champions. Now, there are so many times where you're going to lose that Edgewall Innkeeper before you ever get to use its benefits. So there is that. That's one reason to change it. And then the other thing is you have draw in the Great Henge. So if you get to the Great Henge, you still have plenty of draw. But this is just one more haster. If you put this in the deck, then you have a turn 1 haste, turn 2 haste, turn 3 haste, turn 4 haste, turn 5 haste, turn 6 haste. So that's a change I'd make. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you make the change and you run the deck, how you did in the comments. Please hit the subscribe button. Let's build a community. We're having a blast together. Like the video. Have a blast in the arena. I'll see you next time.